something that I've been thinking about since probably I've done it, really. Can't quite get the words why. Obviously I was in a rage. You've seen the video footage. I've lost my temper, of course, yeah, but you know, to lose your temper but to then actually do what I did, I can't explain that. I'm sorry for what I've caused for that family. Obviously Sky Sports will represent also, and I can only give words now after the event about what I think about what I did, which is disgusting, not acceptable, and I'm sorry, but to try and explain how I felt in those 4 or 5 seconds or what took me to that, I'm struggling.
Because you must have faced provocation in and around football far worse than that. It wasn't even that extreme.
No, I agree, and I think when you're a public figure, anyone, we have to accept the world that we live in, maybe with camera phones and different things, and it is part of your life. So to react like that in that instance when it is not something that I'm not used to, I can't explain. I just, for whatever reason, in that situation, it got me het up and in a rage for those few seconds. I did what I did, which is not acceptable, no matter what anyone did. I don't think there's anything anyone could ever do that, if you spat back at them, could be condoned. So really, so I can't explain it really, and what those you know, the family, a little bit of a joking about the, you know, the game or the result, whatever it may be, can't sort of explain my actions. And again, it's nothing to do with that family, it's me, it's my fault. I'm sorry I brought that family into this media storm, my own family, and obviously the people I represent.
Is spitting something that comes to the forefront of your mind when you're in a rage, when you've lost it, as you put it?
No.
Is that something you would usually do?
No, listen, I'm 40 years of age, I've never done it before and I won't be doing it again. It's just a moment of madness that I can't explain in a rage for 4 or 5 seconds when my head's sort of gone. Really, no, there's nothing like that that's happened before, and hopefully, hopefully I'm saying going forward it won't happen again, and I just hope going forward this one incident where it's not the real me. I don't see myself when I see the video in that moment. I don't see myself as a representation of myself and my character, and I just hope I'm given the chance to show people going forward, and hopefully I've shown them beforehand that that isn't a representation of me. But I understand I'm getting vilified, and rightly so, because if it was someone else, I'd be probably part of that vilification of an individual if this is what they've done. So I totally accept that. I have no problem with the criticism, wherever it's coming from. I accept that, and I have to you know, get on with it and accept it.
What's it been like watching the video back?
Difficult. Not from my own point of view, really. Well, it has been difficult, but I mean, more difficult, I think, for the young girl involved, and obviously the father. I'm just devastated that the young girl was caught in the middle of the altercation. Really, the problem in the words with the father, and sorry to the father, of course I am, but even more so for bringing obviously a young girl into it now, and also listen to the rest of the family who I'm sure are not used to being in the media spotlight, certainly not in circumstances like this.
You've spoken to them. What did you actually say to them, and how did they respond to that?
Well, I apologised. I phoned the house Sunday evening. Spoke to all 3 members. I mean, I spoke to the mother who wasn't involved. Spoke to the daughter and the father and apologised for my actions. Listen, they weren't happy, of course, but they sort of accepted the apology in some way, and hopefully, you know, in the coming days and weeks, I can speak to them again and apologise. May not be the right time right now, with obviously the media storm, but hopefully, as I said, in a few days I could speak to them and be on the phone maybe a little bit longer and show how sincere I am in my apology.
You've been suspended from your job. Did you offer to resign?
No, I didn't. I mean, that decision with Sky Sports, I'd love the opportunity to remain in that position and probably show people the real me. Hopefully what I've shown in the last 4 or 5 years, working for Sky and also going further back, playing for Liverpool when I've been a public figure, and hopefully show the real me, and hopefully this moment will not cloud the judgment of everyone out there about the person and the personality I've been for my life, because as I said, I don't think it represents me, but the footage is damning, so I have to accept that at the moment. Hopefully not so much prove people wrong, but prove people and show people the real me, that hopefully that's what they've seen for the last sort of 15, 20 years.
And rightly or wrongly, footballers and former footballers have a mixed reputation about the way they behave, both in private and in public. This doesn't really help much, does it?
No, it doesn't. Biggest game in the world. It's getting bigger than ever. You have social media now. Everyone has a voice, has an opinion, and so when these incidents happen, it's not great for the game. Not great for me individually today, but obviously in the past it's been different people, and isn't great today. It's been me. I'd like to think before this incident there wasn't too many incidents anyone could maybe look at and pinpoint at me really over a long period of time, but there's no doubt I made a huge mistake. I'm really sorry for it. I wish I could go back and take it back, but obviously that's not possible now, and the only thing I can do now is apologise to you, the family again, move forward and behave the way I expect myself to behave and the way I have done for most of my life.
You've got a daughter roughly the same age. How would you feel if someone spat at your daughter?
I'd be devastated. I'd be as angry as anyone could possibly be. So I totally get the disappointment in the family involved, and you know, that is the biggest. Listen, there's a lot of things to be sorry for. The biggest sorry is the daughter was caught in the middle of an altercation with me and her father. That was not my intention. That was me biggest disappointment of this story. As I said, there are lots, but the fact that a 14-year-old girl got caught in the middle somewhat with the words exchange and obviously my action, that was not my intention.
And presumably you've had to explain this and what happened to your daughter.
Yeah, well, I mean, I left early to come down to London this morning. I haven't really spoke to my family too much. It was quite early this morning, so I haven't spoken to it. But obviously I've been in contact throughout the day, and they're obviously very disappointed with me. And you know, you can accept that. You're your family. More often than not will support you, but no one, family or friends, is condoning what I did. But obviously my close family will be there to support me. But as I said, no one's condoning it. I'm not condoning it. I wouldn't accept it from my own children, and my mother and father didn't accept it from me when I was a child. So I made a huge mistake.
Is that the most difficult thing, do you think? How your family thinks about what's happened?
No, not really. I mean, I'm more today how the family feel who are affected by it. Listen, I've created this storm. My family are obviously my family for a long time. They're part of me. We have good times, we have bad times, but our family's been dragged into this media storm situation because of my action, and they will not be used to this type of being in the limelight, if you like, and I know that will be difficult because it's difficult for people who are public figures at different times for different reasons. So my main thought and apologies go to them today, and obviously my own family, but we'll get through it.
And if you had one message to say to people who've watched the video, what would it be? To look at the video in isolation and be very critical, and not to any way try and give an excuse for me because of an altercation with the father. What I did was out of order, was disgusting. I'm sorry about it. My message for the bigger picture would be, hopefully my reputation or the person I've been for, or certainly since I was a kid, but certainly since I've been a public figure, probably for almost 25 years, that this is possible. Well, it is the biggest mistake I've made, and there's nothing that probably comes close. Nothing will come close, I hope, in the future. and hopefully people can judge me on that over a longer period of time rather than 4 or 5 seconds when I've lost it.
So people, you hope, will give you the benefit of the doubt after this?
I hope that, but that's not me asking or telling people that's what they should do. You know, we all have different opinions of different people at different times. People who don't know me too well may just think that is a representation of me. I have to accept that, and hopefully going forward I can get the opportunity to try and change that.